cool, the Mustangs and the Bulldogs. And Rich, let's jump right into this as we only have a few more minutes before the start of this game and get into the keys to this game. Again, they met twice during the regular season. Mifflin loses the first one to Wilson 44-41 in Shillington. And then in West Lawn, Mifflin wins it in double overtime by a final score of 65-59. Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. If you're buying or selling a home, Phil Macaronis is a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame with over 20 years of experience providing countless buyers and sellers keys to their real estate transactions. Call 610-670-2770. Ask for Phil Macaronis for the keys to buying and selling your home. Mustangs and Bulldogs, and Rich Garcella has his keys to the game.
Let's start with the visiting team, the Governor Mifflin Mustangs. They're the third seed. The keys for them, Coach Garrett Etzel, box out. Rebounding is going to be critical at both ends of the floor and for both teams. The Mustangs also want to limit their turnovers in transition. And above all, Coach Garrett Etzel, star player at Mifflin back in the day, wants his players to play loose and have fun. The entire Governor Mifflin roster, not one player has played here at Santander Arena previously. For the home team, the second-seeded Wilson Bulldogs, Coach Matt Coldren also wants his team to focus on rebounding. Rebounding is going to be a big key in this game. The second, get out in transition. Bob and I talked about this off the air. Both teams play great defense, play at a slower pace, but they will run given the opportunity. The third key for Wilson and Coach Matt Coldren is share the basketball. He doesn't want any one-on-one play. He wants to share the basketball, and everything starts with Maddox Gerber.
Well, it's funny you say that because tonight's Spotlight is brought to you by Bachman Roofing Solar Remodeling. It's wonderful when a plan works out. Whether your needs are residential or commercial, Bachman's makes the home improvement process easy. The Bachman family has proudly served the Berks County community for over 50 years. Tonight, we turn that spotlight on. Governor Wilson Sr. Maddox Gerber, 18 points per game. He has, however, been over 20 in 6 of his last 10. He is a 1,000-point scorer. In fact, he's now an 1,100-point scorer, 1,106 to be exact in his career. His career high is 32 he had against Reading High this season. He had 31 last year on this floor in the semifinal. And in the Bulldogs' path to the county championship game, that was against Berks Catholic. And I say that for a couple of reasons, not only because here we are in the semifinals again, but because of where we are, which is in this arena, and it becomes a difficult situation for some players. It is an arena. You're used to playing in a high school gym when there's a wall behind you. All of a sudden you get in this arena, and there's separation from where you are. You have basket standards as opposed to all of it. As Rich said, Mifflin has not been here and played in here since 2021. Nobody on this roster was a part of that team. The Bulldogs obviously have been here the last couple of seasons, including winning the county championship. So it is an advantage for the Wilson Bulldogs, and Maddox Gerber showed when he got it going, as he did last year in the semifinals against the Saints, that can make the Bulldogs a tough out.
Gerber was unstoppable against the Saints that game with 31 points. He comes into this game off a 23-point performance against Schuylkill Valley in the Berks quarterfinals, 72-48 win for the Wilson Bulldogs. He also had very good games in the two meetings with Governor Mifflin, scored 23 in that double overtime loss to the Mustangs on January 28th, and had 19 in the 44-41 win at West Lawn on December 17th.
The Mustangs have made 107 threes on the season. Wilson has made 134, and they have played the same number of 23 games. Now let's take a look at our starting lineups, brought to you by Victor Emmanuel Beneficial Society. They've been serving authentic homemade Italian dishes for over 100 years. New memberships are now being accepted for only $10. The facility at 311 Hazel Street in Reading is also available for rental for private parties, banquets, and celebrations. Victor Emmanuel, a taste of Italy right here in Reading. And it's also cool when a couple of alums are coaching their basketball teams, and that's what we got tonight. As Rich said, Garrett Etzel was an excellent player for the Mustangs, and now in his first season at his alma mater, has them here in this county semifinal, and he's got a senior-dominated team in Matt Kaler, 6'3", and a senior, and Jameer Johnson, 6'3", and a senior inside. Stephen Mayo, 5'11", and a senior at one guard spot. The point guard is 5'7", senior Andrew Galantuomo. And the lone underclassman was our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game on Monday in their win over Exeter. Ian Fleming was brilliant in that game. He averages just over 7 a game. He had 20 against the Eagles in the Mustangs' 68-52 win over Exeter in a game you heard and saw here on WEEU. As for the Wilson Bulldogs, of course, coached by Matt Colgin, now in his 24th season at his alma mater. He's 426 and 202 in the win-loss column in his time in West Lawn. That is fifth best all time in Berks County basketball history, including his 18 wins so far this year. And this is a very senior-dominated lineup as well for the Bulldogs. And with starting inside and Luke Levan at 6'5" and a senior, Tommy McFadden, 6 foot and a senior, John Edom at 1 guard at 6 foot and a junior, Maddox Gerber, who we talked about, at 5'10" and a senior, and then the lone underclassman is Carell Akings, 5'10" and a junior. Gruber at 18.1 points per game, Akings at 10.9. For the Mustangs, 3 players in double figures as this game begins. Kaler at 14.7, Gallon Twom at 11.6, and Jameer Johnson at 11.5. The winner of this one meets the winner of the finale tonight. That's Reading and Berks Catholic. That'll be, of course, tomorrow night. 8 o'clock will be the tip-off time for the boys' championship. The girls' championship will be at 6 o'clock, and 1 ticket has been punched. If you missed it, the Governor Mifflin Mustangs beat the Wilson Bulldogs in the first game tonight by a final score of 60-56. Here comes round 2 with the Mustangs and the Bulldogs. We will have it for you when we come back to Santander Arena after this.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge, and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top-quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
Tonight's game brought to you in part by Krusky's Insurance, an independent insurance agency that can help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Court and Hamburg, Krusky's Insurance will be the key to your security. We are at half court at 7th and Penn, Santander Arena, getting set for tonight's game as the Bulldogs and the Mustangs get set to tip things off. Tim Negrini, Craig Lavigna, and Tim Coleman are officials for tonight's game. The Bulldogs, as the number 2 seed, will be the home team, which means they'll be wearing the white with the red trim. And the Mustangs, the visitors, if you're watching us on our video stream, are in the maroon with the gold trim. As we mentioned, the Mustangs beat Exeter on Monday in the quarterfinals, 68-52. Wilson took care of Schuylkill Valley in their quarterfinal game, 72-48.
Bob, I think a big key, my own key for Governor Mifflin, is to get Matt Kaler off to a good start. We've had him twice. He's gone off to a slow start. He finished strong against Exeter in the quarterfinals Monday night, but look for him to try to get off to a quick start for the Mustangs.
Bulldogs control the tip with Ian Fleming guarding Maddox Gruber. They back screen him. Gruber is open. He gets a layup.
Nice pass, nice look, nice set, all the way around.
Maddox Gruber gets the first 2. Again, they back screen Ian Fleming. And Tommy McFadden finds Gruber for the bucket to get the Bulldogs on the board first. And now the Mustangs have their first possession with Gallon Twommo guarded by Gruber. Goes by him on a nice quick step, pulls up for the baseline jumper. No. Rebounded by Johnson, blocked by Edom, controlled by Edom, and back come the Bulldogs. Up ahead, McFadden for Akings in the left corner. Kicked and stopped by Mayo. Bulldogs keep it.
And one key also for Mifflin is Andrew Gualantuomo, who is the engine that makes them go. He's got to do a good job with his shot selection tonight. That was a good shot from the baseline. It just didn't fall.
And then Edom, who had the huge blocks in the game against Muhlenberg last week in our regular season finale, comes up with a block inside on the rebound by Johnson. Post up, Levan came out. McFadden threw it low. The Bulldogs turn it over. Miscommunication between the two. Good find from Johnson to a cutter, Gualantuomo. Too much tight inside, and he kicks it back out, and the Mustangs reset.
Both teams play spectacular defense. Mifflin allowing 48.9 a game. Wilson 46.8.
Again, the first meeting, Wilson wins it 44-41. Here's Mayo stopping for a three. It's off the backboard and way too strong. Second one, the Mustangs won it 65-59, but that was in 2 overtimes. It was 45-45 on a tie at the end of regulation. McFadden on the screen and roll to Levan for a layup.
2 pretty assists so far by Tommy McFadden. Great pick and roll run by the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs with 2 buckets, both of them on layups. They lead it 4-0. Mustangs now have it in the hands of Gualantuomo with Gerber guarding him. Kaler to the post, and it's Tommy McFadden guarding Kaler. And now Mayo resets between the circles on the brand new floor here at Santander Arena. Kick out from Mayo. Now on a switch, McFadden guards him. Inside, Kaler trying to post up on Edom, but it's taken away. McFadden in there to help it. Bulldogs have it back, but now they're going to turn it right back again as Wilson throws it away in the front court. Baseline jumper by Fleming is no good. Aking's on a run out for Wilson, looking for some help. Kicks it back. McFadden will reset. 4-0 Wilson on top, and they've got the basketball.
Mifflin did a nice job recovering in transition. Stop the break.
Here's Aking's corner three is way short. Rebound out on a bounce by Kaler. And now an official's timeout. Mayo's hurt. Stephen Mayo had a shoulder issue.
Yeah.
And he's been wearing a little bit of a brace on his shoulder, and it looks like he is having some problems now.
Yeah, it's his right shoulder that has the brace on, but it looks like he's favoring his left.
You're right.
Did you see what happened? Because I did not.
Nope. All of a sudden, the officials saw it and blew the whistle. So he's in pain. He'll come out. Cameron Flaherman will check in now for the Mustangs, and we'll keep an eye on Stephen Mayo.
He's in a tremendous amount of pain on the bench right now.
The Bulldogs lead it 4-0. Mustangs have the basketball. They switch out on Gualantuomo, get two men in his face. Fleming tries to go baseline, can't. They swing it back for Kaler. Sees an opening, nothing there on the help defense.
Great help by John Edom. Closed off his path to the basket.
Mustangs stay patient. Here's Gualantuomo with the drive off the glass. Count the bucket and a foul.
He's the spark plug for the Mustangs. He makes things go for them.
Gualantuomo at 11.6 points per game with a career high of 24 in the season finale, the overtime game against against Reading High. His first 2 points and looking for more at the free throw line where he's an 86% free throw shooter and he's money there. And suddenly it's a 4-3 game. The Mustangs close within a point.
By getting back to Stephen Mayo, he played a wonderful game Monday night in the quarterfinals on both ends of the floor. And if Mifflin doesn't have him the rest of the night, that's going to be a loss. It's also going to hurt their depth.
Akings pulls up on a jumper. It's short again. Gualantuomo has the rebound. He wants to go. To traffic. Looking for help now. Gives it back for Johnson. To the baseline for Flaherman. No, but he's fouled. Nobody picked up Flaherman in the baseline and almost cost the Bulldogs, but they commit the foul that sends him to the free throw line instead.
It's on Akings, Bob. His first, team second.
So Cameron Flaherman will shoot 2, just 3 for 7 at the free throw line on the season and misses the first.
Yeah, Mifflin trainers are working on that left shoulder with Stephen Mayo and wrapping it right now. And I don't know.
Second by Flaherman is good, and now we are tied. 4-4 is our score. 4:45 left to go in period number 1. No changes as of yet for the Bulldogs, and a forced change for Governor Mifflin with the injury to Mayo. Up high comes Akings. Gualantuomo chases after him, kicks it back for Gerber. Great help by Gualantuomo, forces Gerber to put on the brakes. Akings frees himself up with a pump fake for 3. No. Tipped and rebounded by Johnson. The Mustangs have it back, looking for their first lead. Gualantuomo in transition, pulls up for a 3. It's way short. Long rebound and in the hands of Akings. Probably not the shot the Mustangs were looking for. Here's Akings going the other way to the bucket and 2.
Really nice move. The stutter step past Kaler for the deuce.
6-4 our score. And I think I'm right because Garrett Etzel had a sour look on his face, and then I just heard him say, Andrew, why? So I think I'm right in the assumption that that's the shot they were looking for. Here's Johnson pulling up for a jumper. No. McFadden pulls down the rebound. 6-4 Bulldogs on top, and the McFadden rebound gives it back to Wilson. 3:40 left to go in the first. Edom off the Levan screen. Right elbow jumper. No. And Galantuomo gathers up the rebound. Long pass up ahead for Kaler. He'll wait. Dumps it for Flaherman. Kick out for Johnson and around for Kaler. Fakes McFadden out his way. Sees a wide open lane, but he missed it. Fight for the rebound. Fleming wins it and gets the putback.
We saw Fleming play a terrific game Monday with 20 points and outstanding defense. He gets the putback there on the Kaler miss.
And we're tied for a second time now with 6 apiece with 3:10 to go in the first. Berks County semifinal. Governor Mifflin Wilson. As big of a rivalry as you get. We got Berks Catholic and Reading coming up in the finale. That's a pretty good one, too. Here's Edom for 3. No. Rebound off the floor for Kaler. Again, the Mustangs with a chance to take their first lead if they can cash in. Johnson puts it on the floor. Johnson off the glass. No, and it's rebounded by Edom.
Not sure Matt Cauldron would want that three-point shot by John Edom either.
2:40 now left to go. Here's Levan to the high post. Kaler guards him, swings it around for McFadden. And now for Akings in front of the Mustang bench. Swing it back the other way for McFadden. They sag off him. He dumps it into the post for Levan. Up with a hook shot. Rolls it home off the rim.
Luke Levan, whenever he scores in double figures, Wilson has not lost. They're 7-0. When he gets into double figures, he's got 4.
Yeah, Rich Scarcella dropped that kernel on us last Tuesday in the Muhlenberg game. And lo and behold, it cashed in again. Here's a long 3 by Kaler that's no good. Tipped up in the air.
See what the call is. It's going to be a jump ball. I mean, they were both.
Officials are going to talk this over. Flaherman and McFadden both deflected it. And it hit, I believe, off the clock on the top.
Yeah,
it
was out of bounds.
Definitely. So the question was who was off.
Governor Mifflin ball.
So it's the Mustang basketball as the officials talk it over. Couple of substitutions into the game for the Bulldogs. Michael Glover, the 6'3 sophomore. Cam Zulinger, the 6' senior, check in for Wilson. As Galantuomo goes baseline, almost stepped out of bounds.
Bob, interesting. Wilson playing Glover and Levan together. They haven't done that much this year.
Twin Towers look in the Bulldogs world. Here's Fleming trying to get by. McFadden can't do it. Kicks it out instead for Galantuomo. Bulldogs on top by 2. Mustangs with the basketball with 1:40 now left in the first. Kaler. Zulinger went for the steal. It frees up Kaler, but he missed the jumper. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Flaherman. It's Wilson basketball. And here comes Stephen Mayo. He is one tough kid. He went to the bench. Wow. They put some tape on him, maybe a little duct tape. But he's back in there with 1:35 left to go.
He is a tough son of a gun because he is playing with both shoulders injured.
So he's back in. Flaherman comes out with 1:30 left to go in the first.
I'm not sure how much, if he's going to be able to lift that left arm above his shoulder to shoot the ball, but he's on the floor for defense and rebounding as well.
Gruber fakes, pulls up for a 2. That's well short. Tipped. Levan has an offensive rebound. A rarity so far in this game. Gruber drives, stripped, out of bounds. It's Wilson ball. And with that, Evan Byrne will now check into the game for the Mustangs. The 6'7 senior comes in. Jameer Johnson comes out. So with the size on the floor for Wilson with both Glover and Levan in there, the Mustangs get a little bigger with Byrne inside. Gerber from in front of the Mustang bench. Here's Glover on the post-up. Drives inside. Partially blocked by Kaler. Controlled by Kaler. The Mustangs have it back.
Nice defense by Matt Kaler.
Up ahead for Mayo. Flips it for Fleming. Drives to the baseline. Right at Levan. Partially blocked. Rebound and foul.
It's going to be on Levan, Bob, with the body foul on the drive by Fleming. Yes.
So that will put Ian Fleming at the free throw line for the first time. And Luke Levan picks up his first personal. Third against the Bulldogs here in the first. With Fleming at the stripe, shooting 2. Off the back iron with the first. Mustangs a 71% free throw shooting team. And right now, 2 for 4 here in this first quarter with another one coming for Ian Fleming.
It's where they had the advantage in the second meeting. Wilson shot very poorly from the free throw line in that second meeting, missed 15 of them, shooting just 64% for the season.
And Fleming misses them both, so it stays an 8-6 Mifflin deficit with Wilson now having the ball and 40 seconds left to go in the first. Gerber, a long NBA range three, is in and out and pulled down by Evan Byrne on the rebound.
Let's see if Mifflin plays for one. I believe that's what's going to happen.
With inside of 30 seconds to go when they started the possession. Gallon Tuomo has it right in front of the Bulldog bench, gives it to Mayo between the circles inside of 20 left in the first. Mustangs trail by 2. They've got the basketball. Mayo crossover by Zulinger. Backdoor find. It's blocked by Levan and a whistle. They find Fleming. Levan blocked it and a foul on the Mustangs. Evan Byrne on a hold.
Really nice pass by Stephen Mayo to Fleming, but Levan with the block. Levan and Edom last week against Muhlenberg combined for 7 blocks.
Corella Eakings back in now with the final 10 seconds of the period. And Levan comes out. So Matt Coldren gets another shooter on the floor.
Not sure if there's a clock issue or not. The officials are going. One of the officials is going to the scores
table. It was 10.7 when they inbounded it. And I don't think they started right away. No, 10.1.
Okay.
So 10.1 left to go for the Bulldogs. Down up on top, 8-6. And looking for one last bucket here to finish off the quarter in the hands of Gruber. Off the screen from Glover to the corner for McFadden. Good if it goes. It does not. Gruber tipped it. That's no good, and that's how the first quarter ends. As you would expect between the Bulldogs and the Mustangs, low scoring as it was in the first two, it is after one quarter here in the third meeting. The semifinals for the Berks title. It's 8-6 Wilson after one. We're back for the second after this on WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Welcome back to Santander Arena alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. Don't forget, coming up, Game 3, defending Girls County champion, the Wyomissing Spartans, the Reading Red Knights. Jeff Nolan, Jake Starr will have the call that one. Then we'll finish up our coverage with Reading High and Berks Catholic boys, and Rich and I will be back for that one. That is scheduled for an 8:30 tip-off. We have it all for you here on 8:30 a.m. WEEU in Reading. And, of course, it's available to you as well on our free video coverage. It's at 8:30 WEEU Sports on YouTube. Mustangs trail the Bulldogs as we start the second, 8-6, and Governor Mifflin has the basketball to start the second. Matt Kaler posting up, guarded by Zulinger. Doesn't look to go in, kicks it out and around instead, and Gallon Tuomo is going to set between the circles for the Mustangs.
Zulinger has guarded Kaler since he came into the game about midway through the first quarter. McFadden on Mayo right now.
Evan Byrne still out there for the Mustangs, along with Kaler, Mayo, Fleming, and Gallon Tuomo. Here's Gallon Tuomo, drives and then kicks it back for Fleming. Right through the traffic and gets a left-handed layup.
You know, we heard a lot about Ian Fleming's defense before Monday night. Didn't hear much about his offense, but he can definitely score. He had 20 in the quarterfinal against Exeter, has 4 so far here tonight.
And he pulls the Mustangs even again for the third time at 8-8. Wilson's first possession of the second quarter. Akings gives it back to Zulinger and around for McFadden. Kicks it back outside for Akings. They double team him. They kick it back instead for McFadden. They sag off of him. McFadden drives, kicks it. Zulinger open for 3. Bang!
Nice dish again by Tommy McFadden. He's got 3 assists. Cam Zulinger with the open 3 drains it.
First 3 for anybody in this ball game, and for Zulinger, his 15th of the season. Wilson's up by that 3 at 11-8. 6:25 left to go in the first half. Here's Mayo. Backdoor, nobody home.
Miscommunication there. Looked like Kaler was made a backdoor cut, and Mayo didn't read it.
John Edom Back into the game for the Bulldogs, Michael Glover out. So for the Bulldogs, it is Zulinger, Levan, Akings, Edom, and Gruber. Wilson six on top, 11-8 with 6:15 to go. Gruber made the first two, hasn't scored since then for the Mustangs. Inside for Levan, comes up short, and Evan Byrne pulls down the rebound. Mustangs back the other way.
Yeah, he pulled the string on that one.
Here's Gallon Twomel with a nice crossover, goes inside and fouled by Levan. If so, that's number 2.
That is number 2 on Luke Levan, and that's the team first goal. Gallon Twomel, the smallest guy in the court, goes at Levan, the tallest, or maybe the tallest for defender for Wilson for sure. Evan Byrne might have about an inch or two taller than Luke Levan.
Pretty crossover dribble by Gallon Twomel to get himself a space to go through. Now a couple substitutions. Tom McFadden back into the game for Wilson after a brief respite, and into the game for the first time comes 6'2" senior Christo Hunsinger. As Levan comes out with that second foul, Gallon Twomel back at the free throw line and makes the first and the second. 5 now for Gallon Twomel, pulls the Mustangs within a point at 11-10. Inside of 6 minutes to go in the first half.
I love watching Gallon Twomel play. He's just so much fun. Tons of energy, tons of enthusiasm. Has no fear.
The very definition of a gym rat. Here's Akings off the screen from Gruber, poked away from behind by Fleming, out of bounds. Who touched it last? They're going to say Governor Mifflin.
Yeah, really nice play by Fleming. Again, terrific defender. Best on-the-ball defender for the Mustangs.
He is guarding Gruber. Again, Gruber got that back screen layup on the first possession for Wilson. Has not scored since. Bulldogs still on top by 1. McFadden, the inbounder, better hurry up. And he finally gets it out to Akings, only out to half court.
Gruber only has 3 field goal attempts, and 1 was behind the NBA line.
Hunsinger with it now. Flips it around for Akings. He's going to pop for 3. That's also no good. Tipped around and controlled on the rebound by Kaler. Here we go again with the Mustangs having a chance to take their first lead. Fleming drives, spins on Akings, and scores, and the lead.
I'm telling you, Fleming has shown me, probably you, a lot this week. Monday night in the quarterfinal and tonight. He's a player.
He was outstanding against Exeter. Again, a career high of 20. He's got 6, and the Mustangs have their first lead at 12-11 as we work our way towards 5 minutes left to go in the first half. Right side is Edom in front of the Mustang bench, guarded by Kaler. Drives on him, stops, gives it back for Gruber. Pump fake, gets the defense out of his way and scores 2.
Nice pass by John Edom. Gruber gets on the board here in the second quarter. He's got 4.
Bulldogs right back up on top as a result at 13-12. Gallon Twomel off the high screen. McFadden cheats out on him as they fight through the screen. Gallon Twomel has it back, trying to get by the defense. Nothing there. And around for Mayo. And up high for Fleming, guarded by Akings. They give it to Kaler in the corner. Mustangs being patient as usual. That is absolutely something that Garrett Etzel brought to the table with this team. Patience on the offensive end, but a careless pass there. Gallon Twomel ends up throwing it away. Edom has it. Up and under and home for John Edom.
Pretty move by John Edom, who's not known for his offense. He made the steal and converts the layup.
Gallon Twomel tried to pull the string on that pass. He realized he threw it in the wrong spot. Just couldn't pull it back, and Edom makes him pay. It's a 15-12 lead instead now for the Bulldogs. Gallon Twomel needs help for Byrne. Now for Mayo. Halfway through the second quarter, 15-12. Bulldogs on top. Mustangs have the basketball. Mayo calls Byrne over for the screen. Inside for Kaler. Good find. Blocked from behind by McFadden. In the other way comes McFadden. Poked away. Gets it back. Gruber for 3. Might have been partially blocked. It was.
Yeah, it might have been.
And that was Fleming who just got a piece of it. The Mustangs have it back. Up ahead for Byrne. Needs help. Going to back down. Flips it back instead. Mayo and Fleming again not on the same page. Good idea by Mayo, but Fleming cut it off, and the Mustangs turn it over instead.
Really strong defense by Christo Hunsinger, who cut off the baseline on Evan Byrne, who was trying to get to the basket. He bodied up and didn't give an inch.
Cam Zulinger back into the game for Wilson. Carell Akings out. Jameer Johnson back into the game for the Mustangs. Evan Byrne is out. 3:23 left to go in the first half. 15-12. Wilson on top. Bulldogs have the basketball.
Bob, I kidded Matt Coldren. What's the over-under on this game? Probably about, I said, I'm going to set it about 85, and I'm taking the under.
Here's Gruber. Step back for 2. No. Edom flies in from nowhere to keep it alive, but Zulinger threw it away for Fleming. Fleming up and missed it, and rebounded by Hunsinger. Fleming slow to get back up. Edom to Zulinger in the corner. The Mustangs recover. McFadden almost didn't see Fleming. Now backs him down, kicks it out. Zulinger for another three. This one is short. McFadden gets the rebound. Kick it back out. Wilson with another look. Gruber to the corner for Hunsinger and three. That's well short. And out of bounds to the Mustangs.
Bob, Matt Coldren said Tommy McFadden's not 100%. He's dealing with some kind of a minor injury. But I'm telling you, he's getting off the floor. He's made some plays here so far in the first half.
Cameron Flairman will check back in now. Ian Fleming comes out. He was shaken up a little bit when he hit the deck off the edge of the floor. And he was working himself through some ankle issues. He missed some time as a result of it. So he comes out, takes a breather with 2:25 left to go in the half. And the Mustangs down by 3 and with the basketball.
Both teams shooting with a very low percentage, and I'm not sure if that's bad shooting or good defense. Maybe a combination of both.
I would go for the latter. Here's a foul called on the dribble drive by Kaler.
It's on Hunsinger.
And that'll be the fourth against that's the first in the quarter against the Bulldogs. Second against the Bulls.
Yeah, first on Hunsinger's second team.
So the Mustangs keep it in the hands of Gallon Tuomo. Kaler tries to set the screen. Mustangs trying to find somebody open. They flip it around. Kaler's open for three. No. Long rebound gathered up by Edom. Clean look for Matt Kaler, who's their best three-point shooter with 33, actually tied with Gallon Tuomo. But the Mustangs come up empty. Bulldogs still lead it by 3 inside of 2 minutes to go in the half. Round to the corner, Edom and Gruber. Glover back in the game as well for Wilson. He's got it out top and gives it right back to Gruber. Sets a screen and roll for Glover. Off the glass, no. And rebounded by Flairman.
Really nice screen and roll. Nice pass by Gruber. Glover just couldn't finish.
Gallon Tuomo slips. Somehow or another gets the pass to Kaler before turning it over. Mayo's going to reset again with 1:20 left in the half.
A lot of switching defense going on by Wilson. Here, nice play by Zulinger.
Kaler posted him up, and Zulinger stripped it out of bounds off of Kaler's leg.
Yeah.
And it's a turnover for the Mustangs. The Wilson Bulldogs get it back with 1:14 now left to go in the half.
Great recovery by Cam Zulinger. There was a lot of switching going on. At one point earlier in the possession, Kaler had Gruber on him underneath, and was open for a second. The Mustangs didn't see him, though.
Kaler drop-stepped on Zulinger and was by him. But Zulinger with the recovery with the quick hands. And Wilson has it back as a result. Here's Zulinger at high post.
Got away.
Almost turned it over.
Yeah, he got away, and he did.
He did. On a bad pass, it turns over for the Bulldogs. They're third. And the Mustangs have it back. Still down by 3 with 50 seconds to go. Mayo drives, kicks. Johnson for 3 in the tie. No. Rebound. Gruber gets knocked to the deck, but it ends up in the hands of Edom. No whistle. And Wilson still has the basketball.
I'm going to think Matt Coldren's going to play for one here with about 35 seconds left in the half.
Bulldogs on top 15-12 and with possession. Zulinger works it outside and went off the foot of Flairman. It's a kick ball. It stays Wilson's basketball. There's 25.6 now left in the half.
Wilson,
yes, both coaches about the pace of the last game because they both do like to get up and down the floor.
I think both teams are getting back in transition very, very quickly. Wilson was 4 for 13 shooting in the first quarter. Mifflin was 2 for 13. They haven't done much better here in the second quarter. We'll give you those stats at halftime.
Inside of 15 seconds to go in the half, in the hands of Edom out near half court. Glover sets the screen. Edom goes out, and there's a foul by Kaler. The Mustangs have some fouls to give.
Yeah, they got a ton of fouls to give. That was just the first team foul on the Mustangs this quarter.
First on Matt Kaler as well. They're going to get Karel Akings in now for his offense with 9.7 left to go in half, and Glover comes out. So Matt Coldren right now has 5 shooters on the floor. In for Zulinger and back for McFadden with 7 on the clock. Poked away by Johnson, a foul, and that'll be the first on Johnson and the second on the Mustangs with the 4.9 left.
They got 2 more to give, so I expect them to give them, or try to give them. I got to think Wilson's going to – the ball's got to find its way into Maddox Gruber's hands here in the last 4.9 seconds of the half.
They're going to get Johnson out, Flairman in, and I guarantee you for why, and that's if they need to take a foul. Just didn't want Johnson to pick up a second foul. So the Bulldogs again will inbound with 4.9 now left in the half for Gerber, for Akings with 2. Gerber Akings trying to get free, stripped by Gallen-Tuomo, and that's how the half ends. Appropriately on a good defensive play, this time by the Mustangs. And after 2 quarters of basketball, the score, the Wilson Bulldogs 15, the Governor Mifflin Mustangs 12. We'll take a timeout. Back with our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show right after this on WEEU in Reddick.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away, Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Tonight's halftime show is brought to you by Lincoln Plumbing and Heating. When you need a plumber, get a good one. Locally owned and operated for over 50 years, Lincoln Plumbing has the experience to help from a leaky faucet to a whole bathroom remodel. Call 610-376-0863 for Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, as honest as their name. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. Wilson and Governor Mifflin boys in this semifinal, and it's exactly what we expected to be. Low-scoring, tough defense, and it's the Bulldogs on top 15-12. They led it 8-6 after a quarter. They leave it 15-12 after 2. This is game 2, and of course, game 1, it was the Mustangs and the Bulldogs as well. This time it was the girls, and it was the Mustang girls who came out on top 60-56. Jeff Nolan, who called the game, is now on the floor with winning coach Mike Clark and sophomore Bella Super. Jeff, take it away.
Hey, thanks a lot. You know, they gave me a choice, dance with the Wilson Dancers or talk to Mike and Bella. I chose talk to Mike
Smart
and Bella.
man.
Smart choice by me. Mike Clark, I'm going to talk to you in just a moment, but I want to talk to Bella Super Bella. No matter how you spin it, it comes out with a win, 60-56. Hey, let's talk a little bit. Stumbled out of the gate a little bit, got a little slow start. How did you feel the beginning of the game went for you?
I was confident coming to the game, but, you know, they hit big shots in the beginning in our zone. They knew exactly where to pass to the zone, but we came in at halftime. We got together, and we knew to come out at 3-2. They couldn't get past the 3-2 as much as the 2-3. So we came out in the 3-2, and that helped us get the win.
All right, so what did you say? Did you talk to each other at the half? Coach talked to you? What did you say at the half? Because the second half was different than the first half.
We made sure to come out in the 3-2, like I said, and, box out on the rebound. We knew Violet was in foul trouble, and so was Kaylani. So we just wanted to make sure to keep their key players out the game, and I feel like getting Violet in foul trouble was a big part of winning that game. 3
sophomores in the fourth quarter really had themselves a good time, didn't you?
Yeah, it was really fun. I mean, we came here last year and fell short against WEEU. But it felt good to come here and get the win and know we're going to come to the chip tomorrow. So.
All right, not short this time. Congratulations. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, that is Bella Super Bella. I don't know how to say her name. I just know it's super no matter what you put it. Mike Clark's here. I talked to a coach with 300 wins. We start with that at the top of the resume. But let's talk a little bit about this win. How does it feel to come out with a victory?
Oh, this win means so much to us. Obviously, we didn't play with our leading rebounder, Mia. And, she's going through a little medical stuff here right now. But the kids wanted to make sure Mia, as a senior, get to the championship game. So they played very hard for her. So.
What was the difference between the two halves? Because you really seemed to pick it up in the second half.
Well, the first half, I told him, just keep it close, keep it close. Probably only play 5 or 6 girls. He's going to play 7 or 8. This is a big floor. Just keep it close, and we're going to have a shot, And I asked them every quarter, the 5 girls I played the most, suck it up. I'm asking you just do me a favor, keep it up, keep it up. And then I kind of knew going to the second half that they were going to go to, last time we played them, they went to basically 2 players, number 12 and 25, but number 2 cleaned everything up. So I figured we took 12 and 25 out and make 21 bring the ball up. They can't get the ball, you know what I mean? So that kind of happened because I think, like I said, last time we played, 12 and 25 took all the shots, and number 2 just cleaned them up. And she had 22 rebounds or something. So I figured we take them 3 out, we make somebody else beat us, and it worked. So.
How proud of you of this team? Such a disciplined team. Fouls were never an issue. Foul problems weren't a problem. You were a short bench, and they really came through.
I'm very proud of this team. I don't know about disciplined team. I'm dealing with young ladies that are all freshmen and sophomores. But today they were disciplined. I will take my hat off for them today. So.
Mike, congratulations. Good luck tomorrow night.
Yep, thank you.
Guys, there it is.
We will see Mike Clark tomorrow night. He will take on the winner of the next game in this quadruple. That's why I'm missing the defending county champion and, of course, the Reading Red Knights. That is the matchup. Jeff Nolan and Jake Starr will be back for that one. When this game is over with, this game is at halftime, and the Governor Mifflin Mustangs and the Wilson Bulldogs with Wilson on top 15-12. We'll take a break and come back with more of our Lincoln Plumbing Heating halftime show right after this.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis. No matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Shop, earn, and save with the Redner's Rewards Program. Purchase select items at Redner's and unlock big savings on groceries and fuel. Redeem your points in-store and fill your shopping cart with fantastic deals like buy 3, get the 4th free. Save on fuel, too. Enjoy discounts at Redner's Quick Stop, Speedway, and many other locations. Get 5 cents off per gallon for every $50 spent. Plus, discover tons of special offers, digital deals, and surprise savings available to rewards customers. Start saving today. Sign up at the store or online at rednersmarkets.com.
Bad hair day? Bad day at the office? Bad day behind the wheel? Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance. Gives you a great rate that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about.
Your Erie agent is Cross Keys Insurance. Get a quote today at crosskeysins.com.
Erie Rate Lock does not guarantee continued insurance coverage and is not available in all states.
You're listening to 8:30 a.m. WEEU and Reading, the voice of Berks and beyond, alongside Rich Garcella. My name is Bob McCool. It's our Lincoln Plumbing and Heating halftime show. And Rich will break down the offense. I'll break down. Just kidding. Ian Fleming with 6, Andrew Gallantuomo with 5, Cameron Flaherman with 1 for the Mustangs, and their total of 12 for the Bulldogs. 4 points for Maddox, Gerber, and Luke Levan. 3 for Cam Zulinger, the only 3 for anybody on either side. John Edom with 2. Krill Akings with 2, and we were kind of kidding about it. Is it good defense? Is it bad offense? And I think a lot of it is just trying to be patient against a good defensive team and not making shots when you have the open look.
Yeah, there haven't been a ton of open looks, right? But the ones that there have been, neither team has made a ton of them. Here's the breakdown. Wilson has the lead and is shooting 7 for 22 from the field. Governor Mifflin is down just 3 points at halftime, even though the Mustangs are 4 for 19 from the field. So my father was a PIAA basketball official, and 61 years ago this month, he refereed a game that ended 7-5. It was up our way in Hazleton. It was a very famous game. I can't believe that there was much more that there was as much action in that game as there is in this game, because it's 15-12 at the half, and we were kidding Matt Coldren before the game, but really, I think one of the assistant coaches said, if we get to 43, I'd take that.
Right.
And you know what? 43 looks really good right now.
Yeah. Again, it was 44-41 the first time, and it was 45-45 after regulation in the second meeting, and then the Mustangs ended up winning it in overtime, actually in double overtime, 65-59.
Garrett Etzel expressed concern about his kids not having played here before, to be like, have fun, play loose. They don't look tight, but they're just not making shots.
Yeah, 100%. No doubt about it. And the irony of all of this is these two coaches are pretty good friends with each other as well.
Two pretty good scores. Hey, two pretty good scores, too.
That's exactly
where
you
we're
going
that way. Okay.
These two guys could fill it up themselves as players, but they're making their teams play pretty good defense right now. It's also why they're winning coaches. By the way, they will both extend their season into the District 3 playoffs. They will both be in a 6A bracket. Mustangs are the number 10 seed. They're going to make a trip to Lidditz and play at Warwick, the number 7 seed, on Tuesday night. Bulldogs are the number 5 seed in the District 3 playoffs. They will take on Cedar Crest in West Lawn on Tuesday. Right now, that's our plan, that we'll be there for that one. And, oh, by the way, that's how their season ended a year ago. Wilson won the county championship over Reading High on Friday. They played Cedar Crest in Lebanon last year, first round. Cedar Crest won it, and that quickly Wilson's season is over. The rematch is on Tuesday, and we'll have it for you here in WEEU.
Bob, for Wilson here in the second half, I think it's going to be key on offense to go through Luke Levan. He got off to a good start and then had 2 fouls. They try to get to him there.
They do it again. They post him up down low against Kaler. Up with that little hook shot, and Levan cashes in.
Thanks for making me look good, Luke.
17-12 is our score, largest lead for either team.
And I think for Mifflin, they've got to get Matt Kaler untracked here.
They have it. He drives. He tucks. It's blocked by Levan. Third block by Levan in a game. This time he dumps it off inside for Jameer Johnson and 2.
Terrific pass by Matt Kaler after the block shot by Levan.
They double teamed Kaler. He found the open man. It was Jameer Johnson for his first 2. Mustangs right back to within 3. A minute in to the second half. John Edom off the screen, sees an opening, drives, it's stripped and taken away by Fleming. Up ahead for Jameer Johnson, who will catch and lay it in, and the Mustangs are within a point.
Mustangs finally get in transition. Flaherman to Johnson.
And it all set up by the Bulldogs' 5th turnover of the game. 17-16 our score.
Or was that Mayo? Was that Mayo? Yeah, it was Mayo. Somebody made the steal.
It was Fleming who knocked it loose.
Fleming, I'm sorry, Fleming.
There's a drive by Gerber, but a foul beforehand, and that's going to be on Ian Fleming. First foul on Fleming. First foul in the second half against either side. Tommy McFadden, Maddox Gruber, John Edom, Luke Levan, Carell Akings, the 5 who start for the Bulldogs. Jameer Johnson, Stephen Mayo, Ian Fleming, Matt Kaler, Andrew Gallen-Tuomo, the starters for Governor Mifflin.
Maddox Gruber, who had 31 in the semifinals last year against Berks Catholic, has just 4 here at the half.
Lob inside for Levan. Tough catch, and he tapped it in.
That's a really good sign. One more basket, and he'll hit doubles. And as I said earlier, Wilson is undefeated when Luke Levan gets into double figures.
Magic potion for the Bulldogs, perhaps. They lead it by 3 again at 19-16, and Levan has 8 of Wilson's 19.
And Tommy McFadden has 4 assists.
Gallen-Tuomo inside, too much height inside. Gruber stripped it away from him. Gruber in the open floor, dumps it off for Edom, who gets fouled hard and will shoot 2.
It might be on Mayo, I'm not sure, but Wilson gets its opportunity to get in transition, and Edom gets fouled by Mayo, his first, team's second.
So John Edom at the free throw line for the first time in the ballgame. Edom is a 53% free throw shooter. Wilson 64. And Matt Coldren's been telling us since that double overtime game how his team was just not good at the free throw line that night on their home floor.
And he said he didn't want to bring it up because it's a mental thing, and he wasn't about to bring it up either in practice leading up to this game or right before the game.
And so they had to wait till the third quarter before they got to the free throw line, and John Edom makes them both. makes it a 21-16 game, and that
This the
matches
biggest
Wilson's lead.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought that was the biggest lead.
They scored at the start of the third quarter to make it 17-12, and now
Double
they've
team
matched
on the
that.
ball.
Here's Johnson in the corner as Wilson traps out high. Baseline for Mayo. Kick pass for Johnson. And then a foul, a whistle away from the basketball as McFadden ended up on the deck. And he's going to get called for the foul, trying to fight through a screen.
Yeah, I think he was chasing Matt Kaler off a screen and got caught with the foul.
His team's first in the second half.
Bob, I don't think Stephen Mayo, since the injury in the first quarter, I don't think he can shoot. He hasn't taken a shot. It's clear he had an opportunity to put up a shot, and he didn't take it.
Kick out for Johnson from the left wing for a three. No good. Ball loose on the floor, and it's turned back again by Mifflin. And here's Wilson back the other way on a 3-on-2. Akings pulls up for a jumper. No. Long rebound and a foul on Gerber, trying to get it away from Gallen-Tuomo. Maddox Gerber commits his first, their second. Mifflin's basketball after a little flurry on the other end of near turnovers on both sides.
Carell Akings also struggling. He's averaging almost 11 points a game. He's just got 2 points, 1 for 6 from the field.
Mustangs down by 5, have it back with 5:15 left to go in the third. Johnson, hard drive inside and rolls it in for 2.
Really nice move by Jameer Johnson, who's got 6 points here in the third quarter.
And as a result of that, the Mustangs are back to within 3 at the 5-minute mark of the third. Levan going to pull up for a jumper, left elbow, line drived it. Jamont Johnson has the rebound. Back the other way, Jameer Johnson with the basketball, having some trouble with it. Eventually dumps it over for Fleming, who pulls up for 3 and buried it. We're tied.
Nice comeback. Nice mini run by the Mustangs.
First 3 for the Mustangs, the 5th of the season for Fleming to tie it at 21.
Jameer Johnson with the nice assist.
4:35 left to go in period number 3. Akings in front of the Bulldog bench to the baseline for Gerber, guarded by Fleming. Bodying up on each other. Fade away, no. Rebounded by Kaler. Mustangs looking for a lead again.
Fleming doing an outstanding job man-to-man on Gerber.
Fleming to the corner, but he stepped on the end line.
Yep.
Ian Fleming was a little bit too far towards his own bench. He actually stepped on the end line, and the Mustangs will turn it back.
Yeah, that's the 4th turnover already here in the third quarter for the Mustangs.
Cam Zulinger now will check in for Wilson as John Edom takes a breather. We're approaching the halfway mark of the third, tied at 21. Wilson, Governor Mifflin looking for a spot in the county championship game tomorrow night. And a whistle and a foul on a reach-in.
That's going to be on Johnson on the reach.
So that'll be his second. Mustangs third. So again, 5 fouls in a quarter. And you send your opponent to the free throw line in a 2-shot foul the rest of the period.
Zulinger made some penetration into the lane. I think he was waiting for Levan to cut to the basket.
Zulinger open for a 3 and buries it. His second of the night.
Another assist from Tommy McFadden.
Puts Wilson right back up on top by that 3. Only points tonight for Cam Zulinger, 2 big threes. Here's Johnson driving on Levan, gets some separation, misses the shot. Kaler tipped it once. Kaler gets it a second time, trying to get away from Zulinger. Gets him up in the air. Can't get the shot, but he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, Matt Kaler, who's averaging almost 15 points a game, has yet to score here in the middle of the third quarter. You could see how hard he worked for that. Drew the foul on Zulinger, gets a chance to score his first points of the game.
First on Zulinger, third on the Bulldogs to put Kaler at the free throw line. And not surprisingly, he's a very good free throw shooter at 81%, and he gets his first free throw. And now Evan Byrne will check in, give Johnson a breather. Good quarter for Jameer Johnson. He scored the first 6 points of this third quarter for Governor Mifflin. With Kaler at the stripe, shooting another. And that's good as well. Pulls Governor Mifflin to within a point, 24-23. 3:35 left in the third.
Wow, the job that Fleming's doing on Gerber reminds me of the job that Redding did against Kingston McCoy.
Gerber finds Levan this time, however, and there's the magic bullet for the Bulldogs.
Yep, that's 10 points for Levan. Wilson is 7-0 when he gets to double figures. Let's see if that holds up tonight.
Great find by Maddox. Gerber to get Levan that bucket. Here's Kaler driving inside. Now he needs some help, kicks it back, and Fleming, and they'll reset in the hands of Gallen-Tuomo. Quiet so far here in the third. And around now to Mayo. Off the Byrne screen. Stephen Mayo, screen and roll for Byrne. Couldn't catch it. Picks it up. Misses the jumper, or misses the hook. And rebounded by Levan. Gruber in the open floor. One end to the other. Left-hander, no. Loose on the floor. Zulinger and Mayo chase it. No whistle. Still loose, and Kaler picks it up for Governor Mifflin. Gruber knocked it out of bounds. It's going to stay Mustang basketball.
Again, Mayo had a path, to the basket and gave it up to Byrne. I just don't think he could lift his left arm above his shoulder.
Here's Edom back in as Akings comes out.
Mayo,
2:40 left to go in the third.
Mayo's talking to Byrne, encouraging him to finish.
26-23, Wilson on top, Mifflin with a basketball.
Easier said than done when 6'7" Luke Levan is in the way.
Here's Galantuomo off the Kaler screen. Hounded by Gruber. Repositions. Now Byrne sets a screen. He'll pull up for the jumper. No. Tipped and rebounded by Levan. Up ahead for Gruber to the corner for Zulinger. And now the Bulldogs will run their offense. To the high post is Edom. Puts it on the floor. Tries to get some separation. Fleming won't give him an inch. Zulinger thought about the three. Almost threw it away to Mayo. McFadden has it. Zulinger will pull the trigger this time. This one is short. And Byrne boxes out Levan and has the rebound for Governor Mifflin. 1:50 left in the third. 26-23 Bulldogs. Fleming step back for three in the tie. No. Couple bounces off the rim and out.
Ten-second count here, maybe. Close.
McFadden gives it up for Gruber. Off the Levan screen. Screen and roll again for Levan. Drives hard off the glass and two more.
Really pretty set by Wilson. Gruber finds Levan. He's got 12.
And that lead is 5 again. Wilson's high water mark.
Levan with 8 points here in the third quarter.
1:15 to go. Galantuomo pulls up off balance.
Oh,
yes.
Pretty shot by Andrew.
7 for Galantuomo. Pulls the Mustangs back to within 3. 28-25 Wilson. 1:05 left to play.
Yeah, the Mustangs.
Quarter number 3.
Mustangs aren't going anywhere.
Crossover by Gruber. Drive up and home.
Oh, that was pretty. Took on the much taller Evan Byrne.
Finished on the right-hand drive with his left hand to keep Byrne away. 30-25 Bulldogs. Dump off for Byrne, and he lays it home.
Nice look again by Mayo, driving the baseline, knowing apparently that he's not going to shoot the ball, finds Byrne for the deuce.
Levan left Byrne open on the double team. 30 seconds to go in the third. Matt Coldren wants one shot to finish the third period with his team on top, 30-27. Zulinger gives it up for Gruber at half court with 20.
Biggest lead of the game has been 5 for Wilson a few times. Looking to get it to 5 or 6 by the end of the third quarter.
McFadden has it, guarded by Mayo. Gives it up for Zulinger with inside of 10. Down to 7. Paul Levan up high with 5. Zulinger goes the other way. Stolen away by Mayo. Mayo from half court, the runner off the rim, and that will end the third quarter. It ends with a Mustang takeaway, and we will head to the fourth. 8 minutes left to go. Somebody's going to the county final. It's Wilson 30, Governor Mifflin 27. Back after this on WEEU.
Hi, I'm Mike Kuhn with Kuhn Funeral Homes. Since 1937, our family has been committed to serving our community. We now have 3 active generations, as I have the honor of working with my father and son. With 5 convenient locations to serve our neighbors, Kuhn Funeral Homes continues to dedicate our family to your family. Thank you for believing in us, and we promise to always be there for you.
UECU is a credit union that understands Pennsylvania, what it means to grow up here, raise a family, start a business. And we're committed to being your financial partner for life. With competitive rates, exclusive member discounts, and modern technology, UECU offers personalized banking that will make you feel right at home. Visit bankingforpa.org and sign up for UECU membership through our partner association, the Pennsylvania Consumer Council. UECU, banking that understands home.
We start period number 4. Before we do that, we remind you that part of tonight's game is brought to you in part by Cross Keys Insurance, an independent insurance agency to help you find the right policy for auto, home, business, or life insurance needs. With offices in both Reading and Hamburg, Cross Keys Insurance will be the key to your security. Alongside Rich Garcella, my name is Bob McCool. We start the fourth. Wilson 30, Governor Mifflin 27. The winner goes to tomorrow night's county championship. And the Mustangs will start with the basketball here in the fourth. Andrew Galantuomo, they trap him up high, force him to give up the ball for Mayo. Tried for the cut to Kaler. It's tipped away and taken away by Wilson.
Great hands by Cam Zulinger. Kaler was open momentarily, and Zulinger tipped it into Levan's hands.
Levan, the leading scorer in this ballgame with 12, the only player on either side with double figures. Fleming has 9 to lead the Mustangs. Zulinger for a long three is well short, right back to the hands of Tommy McFadden, who never moved it. Ball came to him. Edom drives, and he's bumped and fouled by Johnson. That'll be the third on Jameer Johnson.
Not sure if this is a shooting foul or not, Bob. Let's see what the officials call.
Nope, they're going to put it underneath.
Yep.
And so Johnson's third is the Mustangs' fourth here early on in this fourth period. McFadden again is the inbounder. Out high for Edom. Dangerous pass. Mayo came to take it, bumped him, and fouled him.
Yeah, he didn't give him room to land, and that's the right call there. Mayo with his second foul, team second.
It's Edom, Gerber, McFadden, Zulinger, and Levan, the 5 on the floor for Wilson. Kaler, Johnson, Mayo, Fleming, and Galantuomo for Governor Mifflin. 30-27 Bulldogs, and Gruber, crossover. Gets Galantuomo up in the air, pulls up, no. Rebound comes right back to him on the floor. Knocked loose. Zulinger has it. Edom has it. Right back to Zulinger, and the Bulldogs will reset. Gruber drives, tough traffic, no. Tipped by Levan, controlled by Kaler, and a foul.
It's going to be on Levan, I believe.
Nope. Cam Zulinger gets the foul.
Okay.
That'll be his second, team's first. And now Carell Akings back into the game for Wilson, and John Edom out. Again, if you missed it, game one went to the Mustangs 60-56 in the girls semifinal. They await the winner of our next game here on WEEU. That's why missing and running hot. Inside post up, Johnson going right at Levan, spins around and scores on him.
That was a pretty move by Jameer Johnson because Levan was on him tight.
8 for Johnson, all of them here in the second half. He pulls the Mustangs back within 1. Just no separation. Wilson gets up by 3, maybe 5, and the Mustangs come right back.
Bob, this is the Jameer Johnson that we had heard about last year that we're finally seeing. He has some tremendous offensive skills.
Zulinger gives it up for Akings. Backdoor cut to Gruber, and a layup for Maddox Gruber.
Great pick and roll, great cut and pass by Akings to Gruber.
8 for Gruber, the lead back to 3 in favor of the Bulldogs. Galantuomo goes the other way, crossover, up and under, and missed it. Rebounded by Zulinger. McFadden pushes up ahead, and he stepped on the line. That's credit to Johnson's defense. Johnson hedged at him, and McFadden dribbled it over the end line.
Cam Zulinger has played a terrific game for Wilson coming off the bench, doing everything.
We've got a timeout on the floor with 6:08 left to go in the ballgame. Wilson 32, Governor Mifflin 29. Back to the arena after this.
They say dogs are man's best friend, so they deserve the very best. Houndstown in Reading is a full-service dog daycare and boarding facility with spacious rooms, quality grooming, and plenty of room for fun. While you're away, the dogs will play. Houndstown has all the enrichment your pet needs for their physical and social health. They offer a variety of spa services like baths, nail trimming, toothbrushing, and dematting. Give Fido the finest at Houndstown, 610-947-1441, or visit houndstownreading.com.
Sure Stay Plus by Best Western offers a welcoming, comfortable stay for the business or leisure traveler, providing clean and cozy rooms at a reasonable price. Conveniently located at the intersection of Route 12 and North 5th Street in Reading, Sure Stay Plus provides a fresh, hot breakfast buffet, all-day coffee, free fast Wi-Fi, HD TV, fridge and microwave, and much more. Plus, business travelers have access to services such as copying and a meeting space. Call 610-371-0500 to book your stay or visit bestwestern.com.
That's the first timeout taken by either team. The Mustangs calling the full timeout with 6:08 left to go. Governor Mifflin has the basketball. Wilson has the lead, 32-29, Bulldogs on top.
Bob, I have a feeling we're going to see 9 more timeouts this quarter.
Inside for Kaler, dumps it off for Galantuomo on 2.
Great cut, great find.
32-31, Wilson on top. Galantuomo now with 9.
Galantuomo, constant motion, offense and defense.
Ooh,
that's
timeout.
Stray elbow. Man.
Maddox Gruber, Matt Coulter may have just saved him a foul.
He absolutely saved him a foul because that was an offensive foul, an elbow to the chest of, I think, Galantuomo. but the timeout was called before that.
We're going to take a quick 30 as well. We'll come back to Santander Arena right after this.
Are your garage doors noisy, squeaky, or moving unevenly? Do they snap, crackle, or pop? Having trouble opening and closing them? Don't be left sitting in the driveway. It's time for a tune-up from Overhead Door. Starting at just $99, we'll inspect, lube, and adjust your garage doors so they operate smoothly. Call today and ask for a tune-up special from Overhead Door, your hometown garage door company since 1965. Overhead Door, we're more than just doors. OverheadDoorReading.com.
For those of you who are watching at home and you're wondering, again, there was a stray elbow Maddox Gruber threw, and I think it was Kaler that he hit. Doesn't matter
I
who
thought
he
it might
hit.
have been Gallantuomo,
Right.
but regardless,
Right.
the
But
timeout was called.
The timeout was called right before
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and that's why we said it kind of saved him a foul.
And
I
a
don't think the
turnover.
Mifflin coaches would agree with that, but nonetheless, the Bulldogs have it, and no foul was called on the 32nd timeout by Wilson.
Bob Glover in for Levan for Wilson.
He's got it. He gives it to the corner for McFadden, skips it around for Zulinger. Looking for Glover inside, nothing there. Interesting matchup with Kaler trying to guard the big Michael Glover. 6'3", 200 and some 40 pounds or so, tight end. Taken away. Bulldogs turn it over. Mustangs have it back. Gallantuomo stolen back the other way by Zulinger. Up ahead for Akings. Akings flashes, and a goaltending call will count the bucket.
Zulinger has been all over the court. He's got a couple threes. He's got 4 rebounds. He's got 4 rebounds and a couple assists.
Akings gets a rare bucket. Corell Akings stifled tonight by the Mustangs. His first field goal since the first quarter. And the Bulldogs lead is 3 again at 34-31. 5:05 left to go in the semifinal. Johnson going to try to back down Glover. Not going to move that mountain. Gives it up instead. Now gets it back. Tries to drive at him again. Pulls up for a jumper instead and rolls it home.
Man, Jameer Johnson showing some terrific offensive moves around the basket.
And some common sense. Rather than trying to move Michael Glover, just go with a fadeaway instead. And he rolls it in. Johnson now with 10, and the Mustangs are back. To Glover. Long way for the basket. And now instead it's Gruber. Trap him. Gives it up for Zulinger. And now Akings off the Zulinger screen and the Glover screen as well. Gallantuomo tied him up and a foul and a reach in.
And that's a little bit more dribbling than Matt Coldren. His first team third.
Levan back in, Glover out. 4:18 left to go in the third. Again, in the fourth. Again, don't forget the finale of this game. That'll be the matchup. The winner of this one will meet the winner of our finale. That's Reading High and Berks Catholic coming up. That's scheduled for an 8:30 tip. Zulinger guarded by Johnson. Goes around him on the dribble. Kicks it to the corner to an open Akings for 3. No. Rebounded by Johnson. Tipped by Gruber. He caught it in the air, but he missed a shot. Almost an incredible play by Maddox. Gruber comes up empty. Mustangs back the other way. Gallantuomo to a filling. Fleming for 2.
Gallantuomo with the assist in transition. Fleming's first deuce of the fourth quarter, and the Mifflin Mustangs have the lead.
For the first time since it was 12-11, Governor Mifflin on top. 3:38 left to go, and a great job by Fleming to go right at Levan and beat him with a bucket, and Fleming's got 11. Levan calling for it in the low post.
Yeah, he wants the ball. He's got Kaler behind him.
Zulinger instead dribbling it around, looking for somebody to come to the ball. Nobody's coming.
Mifflin's defense has been outstanding here in the last couple minutes.
To the corner for Akings, and now Levan comes a long way away and gives it back for Zulinger. Off the Levan screen. The screen and roll this time isn't there.
Great recovery by Johnson, Bob.
Akings posting up on Gallantuomo, comes up short. Deflected, picked up by Gruber. Dumps it off for Levan. Missed it. Gets his own rebound and puts it home. And a timeout called by Wilson as the Bulldogs are back up on top. Good work inside by Luke Levan. Gives Wilson the lead again. Levan with a 10-point night and a timeout. Bulldogs, when we come back, we're now inside of 3 minutes to go. 2:58, 36-35. Wilson, we're back after this.
Ahoy! Adelphia Seafood is your neighborhood market for the freshest seafood around, with locations in West Lawn, Fairgrounds Market, and Pottsville. They offer a range of delicious options from crab cakes, clams, fresh organic salmon, and succulent shrimp, as well as convenient take-home dinners and more. For more information or to place an order, visit adelphiaseafood.com or just call one of their stores. Enjoy top quality seafood and exceptional service right in your community at Adelphia Seafood.
2 minutes, 58 seconds remaining in the ball game. Luke Levan rebounds his own miss after a great hustle play by Maddox Gerber.
Luke Levan now with 14 points, game high 14 points. Again, Wilson 7-0 when he gets to double figures. We'll see if that holds out tonight with the Bulldogs holding a 1-point lead.
Mustangs have it following Wilson's timeout. Johnson going to drive again at Levan. Spins on him, up with a shot, and two more.
Boy, Jameer Johnson has really come to life here in the second half.
And now the Mustangs are going to call a timeout. We said both coaches had kind of saved their timeouts, and Governor Mifflin calls themselves a full timeout. And so since it's a full, we'll take one as well. It didn't take long. Levan gets the bucket. Mustangs back up on top, and we're back after this.
This season, stick with everyone's favorite snack, Diefenbach's potato chips. Legend has it, Mark Diefenbach loved kettle-cooked chips so much, he turned his kitchen in Berks County into the ultimate snack factory. Now, 60 years later, we're still crafting our chips with the same passion and the finest ingredients, right where it all began. Diefenbach's potato chips, available in all your favorite flavors when you need that PA-crafted crunch.
Judd Firestone Plumbing is your trusted local expert for all your plumbing needs. With over 125 years of combined experience, our team has seen it all, ensuring top quality service and expert solutions every time. From leaky faucets to the kitchen or bathroom of your dreams, we handle it all with professionalism and care. Call today at 610-678-9080. Judd Firestone Plumbing, where experience and reliability come together for your peace of mind.
Following the Governor Mifflin timeout, Wilson with the basketball. The Mustangs with the lead at 37-36 in a battle of the big men right now between Johnson for the Mustangs and Levan for the Bulldogs.
Johnson with 12 points, all in the second half.
Here's a drive by Gruber, and again the left-hand finish.
Bob, I think that's the fifth straight lead change here in the fourth quarter.
Back on top, it's the Bulldogs at 38-36 in our sixth lead change of the night. 2 minutes left to go. Wilson 38, Mifflin 37. Gallon Tuomo left side for Kaler. Kicks it out, Johnson a long way. Is it going to go again at Levan? Drives and kicks it out, this time for Fleming. Through the traffic, blocked by McFadden. Controlled by Zulinger, the Bulldogs have it back. Up ahead for Akings. Bounces it for Maddox Gruber, who lays it in for two.
Defense to offense. That's Wilson's formula.
And another huge block for Tommy McFadden.
Wow, what a play. Tommy McFadden.
40-37 Bulldogs. Kaler for the tie. Yes!
Wow, Matt Kaler, who hasn't had a basket all night. Step fake, pump fakes, hits from three to tie it.
Fourth tie of the ball game on the three by Kaler. And a timeout call. We'll keep it here with 1:22 to go. Matt Kaler drains his 34-3. Finally got himself freed up and buried the jumper to tie it at 40. So it was a taffy-pulling contest for about 2.5 quarters, and they found their offenses.
Yeah, both of them have. And really, Jameer Johnson has really carried the Mustangs here in the second half before Kaler made that three. And the other, Maddox Gruber has come to life, too. He's got 10 of his 14 here in the second half. And Luke Levan, which we mentioned, has got 14 for the game. But really, some really pretty moves offensively. We didn't see that in the first half by either team. Jameer Johnson has shown me a lot tonight with the skills that he has on offense.
Again, the first time they met in West Lawn, the Mustangs won it 44-41. The second time they met, they won, that was in Shillington, of course, and the Bulldogs fall to the Mustangs on their home floor, 65-59 in double overtime. It was 45-45 after regulation. This is 40-40, 1:22 to go.
It will be in the 40s at regulation. Bob, I wonder here with a minute 22 left if Wilson tries to hold for the last shot. They've done it before, but I don't know if that's possible with how well the Mustangs are playing defensively. They're right in the Bulldogs' faces across the board and have created 6 turnovers here in the second half already.
McFadden, Zulinger, Akings, Gruber, and Levan on the floor for Wilson. Mayo, Fleming, Gallon Tuomo, Kaler, and Johnson on the floor for Governor Mifflin. The winner moves on to the county championship game at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, right back here in the Big House at 7th and Penn. 1:10 to go now in the hands of Gerber, guarded by Fleming. Gives it up for McFadden and around for Zulinger. Will they do what Rich was talking about? Will they hold for one, or will they just be patient?
1 minute. 1 minute left.
Zulinger out near half court, brings Johnson out with him, a long way from the basket.
It sure seems that way, as that's the intent here, unless they get a layup. Mifflin's got one foul to give. They've got 3 team fouls, one to give before the Bulldogs go to the line.
No reason to do it now if you're Governor Mifflin. Still 40 seconds left to go.
It's clear they're playing for one now that it's down to 38.
And now we're getting a whistle and a timeout. Now Matt Coldren will call this timeout. They saved their timeouts for a reason. Down the stretch we're coming. 35.4 left to go in this one. And now it's the Bulldogs who call a timeout. So now each team with 2 timeouts remaining.
I said we would get to 10, and I still think we might get there. They're going to burn them all here.
35.4 left to go in this one. And a good crowd on hand to watch this one at the arena. Don't forget, tomorrow night, same scenario. Girls game is at 6. Boys game is at 8. We'll be on the air at 5:45 on our radio coverage, as well as our 8:30 WEEU Sports YouTube coverage.
Okay, first of all, for Mifflin coach Garrett Etzel, does he want to burn a foul? He's got 1 foul to give, and what is he telling his players if he does want a foul? Offensively for Wilson, who does Matt Coldren trust the most offensively? Well, there's no doubt it's Maddox Gerber. No doubt at all. So there are a couple things to watch here. Fleming on Gerber, and Kaler's going to be playing Levan because he's played him this whole fourth quarter. Let's see what happens. Can Wilson hold the ball for these last 35 seconds?
Here's the thing, though. To your point about the foul, if you're Mifflin, you're in no hurry to commit that foul.
No, you got to wait till the end.
Wait till the end.
Yeah, there's no hurry to do it now. And then Johnson's the only one in foul trouble. He's got 3. Mayo's got 2. Nobody else has more than 1. But I got to think if it gets down to 10 seconds, the Mustangs are going to use that one last foul.
35.4. It's Wilson's basketball to inbound, directly opposite of their bench. Again, why missing and Reading High girls to follow this one? Presuming it ends in 32 minutes because there's 30 seconds left to go and we're tied at 40. Gerber out near half court, guarded by Fleming. Drives and then kicks it back to Akings with 25.
Akings might want to go to the basket against Gallen-Tuomo. Mayo looked like he tried to foul there.
Almost took it away from McFadden as well. Now they trap him, and a timeout again called by Wilson.
Yeah, they got 1 more left after this. But it looked like it was a terrific double team by the Mustangs, forced the timeout.
So now it comes with 14.4. So Wilson killed exactly 20 seconds on the clock. And with 14.4 left to go, we're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more from Santander Arena after this.
Elite Fuel Services has been one of Berks County's best-kept secrets for more than 20 years. They're a full-service heating and cooling company. Not only do they deliver heating oil, propane, diesel fuel, and gasoline, Elite also has a full HVAC team that is ready to tackle any of your heating or cooling needs. Just a quick Google search away. Elite Fuel Service. Read the reviews and give them a call. You'll feel part of the Elite Fuel family, giving you the peace of mind you deserve.
Quick reset, 40-40 is our score, 14.4 seconds left to go on the game clock. Wilson has the basketball. Bulldogs have been killing this since about a minute and change left to go in the fourth.
It was a minute 38. And here's the other thing, Bob. I think, and you saw that with Mifflin, I think they're going to gamble, try for the steal, and if they foul, they foul. They got 1 to give, especially with 14 seconds left. They're going to be aggressive here until they commit that 4th foul. Then they're going to have to play straight up if they don't get the steal. But I think they're going to be aggressive here until that 4th foul is committed.
No changes in personnel at the stoppage. Wilson gives it to Akings in the backcourt, and now back to Gerber.
Here we go.
At the half-court stripe with 10. Levan high screen. Gerber off of that. They trap him. Force him to give it up, and they do, and Fleming steals it and calls a timeout.
You saw it. He was triple-teamed, dribbled to the sideline. Sideline was used as defense, and Fleming came up with the steal. Great defensive set by the Mustangs.
Ian Fleming came up with a steal, and then much to my delight, called the timeout himself.
Correct.
He did not need his coach to do it.
One of Bob McCool's pet peeves.
It has driven me crazy forever. I think they should change the rule that coaches can't bail a player out because the players learned to do it themselves, and Ian Fleming stole the ball, called the timeout.
Let's see what happens here. Wilson has just one team foul. They have 3 fouls to give. 3.9 seconds left.
Wow,
and the Mustangs have 3/4 of the court to go. I got to think there's going to be a foul, at least on the inbounds pass, somehow, some way. We'll see.
Yeah, the Bulldogs will try to kind of foul their way to zeros.
Yeah, and they put 3/10 of a second back on the clock.
4.2. Yep.
So I got to think Wilson has nobody with 3 fouls. Zulinger has 2. Levan has 2. They got plenty of fouls to give, and I think they're gonna try to do it here. But 3/4 of the court to go for the Mustangs in a little more than 4 seconds. Looks like Matt Kaler's going to throw the inbounds pass.
Well,
the third base.
He's got a pretty good arm.
I was just going to say, he's got a really good arm. He's a terrific third baseman for the Mifflin State Championship baseball team.
I'm thinking if I'm in the Mustangs, I just want to throw this in the front court.
I don't like this. I would have a defender on, but I think they want extra defenders to foul. But I would still have a defender on Kaler.
4.2 to go. The Mustangs inbound. And they do go into backcourt to Gallon Tuomo, and they'll foul him immediately.
Yep, Zulinger with the foul. That's his 3rd, team 2nd. And it burned about exactly 1 second off the clock. 3.2 left. Matt Kaler will inbound from near half court right in front of us.
Again, we're tied at 40.
Look for Wilson to try to foul again here. They've got 2 more fouls to give. 3.2 seconds on the clock. Here comes John Edom into the game for the Bulldogs.
Get another defensive player on the floor. They're going to take Gerber out.
Timeout.
Garrett Etzel will call a timeout.
Yeah.
So Etzel will call the timeout with 3.2 left to go. And it's pretty safe to say that these two teams are pretty even.
They're pretty even. They're doggone pretty even. Bob, I wonder, with Mayo on the floor, does Wilson lay off him? Because he took
that's a great
long
point.
shot.
Yeah.
But he really, you could see, he's hurting to shoot the ball.
He can play defense because it's with his feet. But
if
he's not
he shoots the ball and he makes the game winner,
right,
that would be a story. But he hasn't done it. So Mayo's going to be in the corner along the sideline and the baseline, and I got to think you got to lay off him.
I mean, I think it's really from Mifflin's perspective, almost like hiding him.
Yeah.
He's kind of putting him away from the play.
And I wouldn't put McFadden on him because McFadden's going to guard the basket. Yeah, that's what he's going to do.
So again, Kaler will be the inbounder from half court with 3.2 on the clock in a 40-40 tie.
Look for the pass back from Kaler to Fleming to Kaler.
There's the foul
immediately by Akings.
Another second off the clock as Terrell Akings grabs a hold of Ian Fleming.
And the Bulldogs still have one more foul to give, and they're going to try to give it. I don't know if they're going to be able to commit it, but they're going to give it a try. But I look for this is going to be Gallon Tom.
Akings picks it up. Good if it goes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
They threw it on the floor. Andrew Gallon Tuomo cut the opposite way. Terrell Akings picked it up, heaved it from half court. It was no good. We're going to play extras between the Mustangs and the Bulldogs for the second time this season. 4 more minutes back on the clock when we come back to Santander Arena.
Looking for a game-winning play for your next tailgate or get-together? Score big this season with trays from Chick-fil-A. Delicious chicken nuggets and chicken strips, fruits and garden salads, chocolate chunk cookies, and their delicious mac and cheese. Make a play with Chick-fil-A and you'll be a winner every time. Visit Chick-fil-A at Broadcasting Square, 5th Street Highway, and Exeter Commons. Chick-fil-A voted America's favorite fast food restaurant.
I can't.
We'll head to overtime in this high school basketball game, and our coverage is presented to you by Savage Auto Group. Again, hope you've been finding your way to our YouTube channel, 830 WEEU Sports, bringing you exclusive live coverage of Berks County High School basketball. We'll have the county championships for you tomorrow night as well.
Here's the thing. Both teams were able to save that all-important 4th team foul. They each have a foul to give before the other team goes to the line. So Wilson has 3 team fouls, Mifflin with 3 team fouls. It'll take 2 to get the other team to go to the line.
Each team picks up an extra timeout here in the overtime. But the fouls, as Rich said, continue to tick from what you committed in the 4th quarter, which was 3 team fouls apiece. We start the 4th tied at 40. Governor Mifflin wins the tap.
Piece of tape on the floor near the Mifflin bench. I don't think anybody has seen it yet. I hope nobody slips on that.
Mayo, Kaler, Johnson, Galantuomo, and Fleming. Starting 5 for the Mustangs. Johnson trying to post up against Levan, now has to come away. Mustangs showing patience again. Johnson spins on Levan. Levan may have gotten a piece of it, and the ball is rebounded by the Bulldogs.
Akings comes up with it.
McFadden, Gruber, Zulinger, Levan, and Akings for Wilson. Looking to take the first lead in overtime. Gruber goes by Fleming, drives, bumped, and a foul.
And it's only the 4th team foul, and it's not a shooting foul. It was on the floor.
Just the second of Ian Fleming. So Wilson will inbound underneath. Come out high is Levan and flips it for Zulinger. Levan with 14 points. Gruber with 12 inside for Levan. Backed up by Kaler. Gives it out instead for Akings and now high for Gruber. Inside for Levan. Catch up with a hook. Off the bucket and a foul.
Great pass by Maddox Gruber and post up by Luke Levan, who gets fouled. Makes the basket, gets fouled by Matt Kaler. He'll go to the line and shoot to convert the 3-point play.
Kaler tried to kind of cut his legs out from under him, and Levan got enough of it on the hook shot to roll it in and get the foul, and now a chance to make this a 3-point play.
Once Kaler got behind Levan, he knew he was in trouble, so he had a foul, and he fouled after the basket. Levan makes the free throw to convert the 3-point play.
43-45 now 17 now for Luke Levan. That is his season high. His career high was 22 last year against Exeter. 2:40 to go. It's 43-40 in overtime. Mustangs trail. They've got the basketball, but not for long. Carell Akings stole it away. Up ahead for Maddox Gruber, who will lay it in for 2.
Great play by Akings. Defense and offense for Wilson.
Bulldogs high water mark again. This 5-point lead. They've never been able to get away from the Mustangs every time Governor Mifflin came back.
Mustangs are pretty resilient, though. I don't think they're going anywhere.
2:15 to go. Galantuomo off the high Kaler screen. They trap him. Gives it up to the high post for Fleming. Dumps it off for Kaler. Blocked and fouled.
Wow.
Levan and Zulinger were there.
It's on Zulinger.
That's going to be his.
They said it's 3rd. I thought it was his 4th.
I did too. So it's the 4th foul. It's a shooting foul for Kaler regardless. He was in the act.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Kaler at the stripe, 2 for 2 on the night.
Yeah, Levan got all ball, but Zulinger bumped him.
Kaler averages 14.7 a game. 81% free throw shooter. Senior had a big 4th quarter in the quarterfinal win over Exeter on his way to an 18-point night. Missed the second. 45-41 after the 1-up for 2 by Matt Kaler.
So Wilson held the ball the last 95 seconds of regulation. We got 1:55 left, and now they have now they're going to go to the line. It doesn't matter.
Johnson on the reach-in foul. It's his 4th.
Yeah, they can't afford to lose Jameer Johnson the way he's played tonight, especially.
He's had 12 points in the game, all of them in the second half. But his 4th foul will put Cam Zulinger on the free throw line in the bonus, shooting 2. First is good. 7 for Zulinger. He had 2 big threes for Wilson. In fact, they're only threes of the night.
Bob, Zulinger has had a tremendous game. I've mentioned this earlier. He's been all over the court, and he's been the one guarding Ian Fleming most of the second half.
Logging a lot more minutes tonight, and Wilson has its biggest lead at 47-41 after his 2 for 2 at the stripe.
Important for Mifflin to score here, but they don't need a 3. They just need to score.
Wrap around for Kaler.
Go to the
Kaler's
basket.
going to drive, get some separation, misses. Ball tipped, rebounded by Akings. Wilson has it back on top by 6.
Well, it's a minute 36 and a 6-point lead. They're going to hold the ball. They're going to force Wilson to foul, or Mifflin to foul. I think Kaler's trying to foul Zulinger.
Gives it up instead for Gruber and around for McFadden, and now a pass for Akings. Wilson trying to play keep away inside for Levan and 2.
Zulinger with the pass. Another positive play for Zulinger. Levan adds to his total. Wilson with its biggest lead of the night.
19 for Luke Levan and an 8-point Wilson lead and a foul on the other side by Maddox Gruber.
That's his second, and Galantuomo will go to the line to shoot 2.
That will not sit well with his head coach.
No,
That's the last thing you don't want to do now. You got an 8-point lead, and you put the clock off for the shooting foul and a great shooter at the line, and Andrew Gallant-Tuomo.
Sure is. And
with that,
of course, we both jinxed him because he's a terrific free throw shooter.
86% on the season and 3 for 3 tonight. Misses the first of 2. 1:13 left to go in overtime.
Mifflin, whether Andrew makes this or not, Mifflin cannot afford to let Wilson kill time. And it'll be interesting to see who they foul. Wilson is not a good foul shooting team. And Zulinger just made 2, and I think he's one of their weaker. And we got a foul here. Is it on Johnson or Gallant-Tuomo? This could be interesting because if it's on Johnson, he's done.
Waiting for the signal, and it's
on Gallant-Tuomo.
So it's his second. And Zulinger, who just made 2, will shoot 2 more for the Bulldogs.
What's Zulinger shooting, Bob?
He is on the season, including his 2 for 2 tonight. He's 3 for 5.
Yeah. And he's the guy to foul.
Yeah. He's not been there a whole lot. And he misses the first.
Yeah. And here comes John Edom into the game for Maddox Gruber, which is an interesting switch.
Defense for offense, obviously, sure. with a 7-point lead, pending the second free throw coming up for Zulinger with 1:10 left to go here. Again, we are in overtime. Wyomissing and Reading High waiting in the wings to play in their game, and he misses them both.
So good decision by the Mustangs there.
And now on the other side, it's Fleming quickly up ahead for Johnson. Can't get the shot. Levan partially blocked.
I think he blocked it, yeah.
Luke Levan coming up big on both ends of the floor tonight for the Wilson Bulldogs. And again, they foul Cam Zulinger.
Yeah. He's got three blocks, Bob, in addition to what, he's 19?
19 points.
Yeah.
Season high for Levan. On the offensive end with Zulinger back at the stripe shooting 2 with 1:01 left to play.
He also has 7 rebounds.
Zulinger perfect on the first. That's 9 now for Zulinger. And he makes the both.
They're 2 massive ones. Mifflin's got to be quick here. Now you got to look for a 3. You're down 9 with less than a minute.
Mayo off balance, and a foul by McFadden is going to put him on the line and shoot 2.
Wow. Of all people going to the basket, Stephen Mayo, who injured his shoulder.
Hasn't scored a point in this game. And again, if you missed it, he injured what has been re-injured a shoulder early in the game. And
yeah, you could see he's favoring he's had a problem with his right shoulder, and he injured his left shoulder in the first quarter, and you could see he's favoring that left shoulder.
He's got more pads on his shoulder than most football players do right now, as he's about to shoot his second free throw after missing the first.
That's good. Second.
Makes it a 8-point game at 51-43 with 55 seconds left to go. Inbounds for Gruber. They foul him immediately.
And that's
Maddox at the line for the first time now tonight.
Yeah, Maddox is not the one you want to foul. He's a terrific free throw shooter.
79% on the season.
That's Fleming's third. Not that may not matter, but I don't think Ian had much of a choice. He got to foul right away.
Gruber with 14 points on the night as he steps to the free throw line to shoot 2. And gets a friendly bounce. Yeah. Wilson struggled at the foul line in the second meeting between these two. They're putting this thing away right now at the free throw line here in overtime.
Irony of ironies.
And both by Gruber.
Edom for Gruber, as you said earlier. Defense for offense. Wilson with his biggest lead.
10 in favor of the Bulldogs. 53-43 with 53 left to go in the game. Overtime, that is. Fleming drive, kick to Johnson. Johnson drives, Levan flops, and a block.
Yeah, that was a flop, no doubt about that.
And so Johnson will shoot 2, and again, they stop the clock. It's 3 straight possessions in which Wilson has committed a foul and put the Mustangs on the line, stopping the clock.
How old's Matt Coldren? Well, he's about 10 years older, grew about 10 years older in the last several minutes here.
The first one is no good. If this keeps up, his hair will be the same shade of his pants right now, which is a very light gray. Johnson, however, missed the first for Governor Mifflin. Still 46.7 left to go in this, and Johnson misses a both.
Kaler
with the offensive rebound, right back up against Levan. No, Johnson rebounded, blocked again by Levan. Out on the run out, it's McFadden to Gerber, up with a shot. No, Zulinger there to pick it up.
Smart, Cam Zulinger, smart play.
And now the Bulldogs will try to run some clock. They'll spin it around, make the Mustangs chase. Great ball movement and a foul. Stops the clock with 26.6.
Might be a little too late there, but again, Luke Levan with the block. He's got 2 blocks in overtime, 4 for the night, Bob. I have a feeling he might be a factor in our player of the game.
Stick around for our Pizza Como postgame show, our Reading Fighting Phil's player of the game and our American Diner play of the game, and then we'll flip things over to Jeff Dolan and Jake Starr for Game 3. That's why I'm missing in Reading High girls. And, of course, Rich and I will be back for Game 4, which is Reading High and Berks County, to find out who's going to take on the winner in this one. The Mustang girls have already punched their ticket. They beat Wilson 60-56. Gerber makes them both to make the Bulldog lead 12.
It's funny, as we said earlier, one of the Wilson assistant coaches said, I would take 43. If we get to 43, I'll feel good about it. He was right, because it was 40-40 at the end of regulation.
Here's Mayo for 3. No. Rebounded by Edom. And will the Mustangs bother to foul?
I'd say
it does not look like it.
No, Garrett's going to call off the Dogs. Wilson is going to be on its way to the Berks County championship game for the second straight year.
55-43. The Bulldogs will win it. We're going to take a timeout. We come back with our postgame show brought to you by Pizza Como right after this.
If you are buying or selling a home, contact RE/MAX real estate agent Phil Macaronis. With over 20 years of experience and a member of the RE/MAX Hall of Fame, Phil does it all. From residential to commercial real estate sales. And with his large catalog of repeat and referral customers, you know you can depend on Phil Macaronis, no matter where you're looking for your next home. Call 610-670-2770 or call Phil directly anytime at 610-858-4555.
Savage 61 Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram is once again the #1 rated auto dealership in Pennsylvania. Thinking it's time to trade up for something newer? We offer the most insane trade-in values you'll find anywhere. Whether you're looking for a new or certified pre-owned vehicle, our dedicated team will make sure you drive away happy. Visit us today at savage61.com and see why we're Pennsylvania's top choice.
Welcome to the Pizza Como postgame show. Pizza Como is a family-owned business going strong on the 5th Street Highway for over 50 years, serving the finest Italian dishes, Berks County's best variety of Italian sandwiches, and legendary pizza. Right next door is The Yard, a virtual golf experience to keep your game sharp all year round. And if you love sports card and memorabilia, stop in to buy, sell, or trade. Pizza Como in The Yard, 4600 5th Street Highway in Temple. Great basketball game between good rivals in Wilson and Governor Mifflin. And the Bulldogs win it in overtime, 55-43, after Mustangs tied it up late on a Matt Kaler 3 at 40-40 to send it to overtime. Time now for us to take a look at our player of the game, and that's brought to you by the Reading Fighting Phils and their all-new Redner's Event Center at First Energy Stadium. The Art Phils remind you to have your next sports team banquet in the Art Phils all-new Redner's Event Center banquet and meeting facility at First Energy Stadium. Whether it's a sports banquet, a wedding, a corporate meeting or event, or any charity fundraiser, the #1 place for events in Berks County for groups of 40 to 1,000 is the all-new Redner's Event Center at the Art Phils. Go to artphils.com/events for more information. Rich Garcella told you last week that when Luke Levan scores in double figures, the Bulldogs are unbeaten.
They do not lose.
He had 19, and they win it again. He is our Reading Fighting Phils player of the game, a season high for Luke Levan. Now it's time for our play of the game, brought to you by the American Diner in West Reading. Whether it's breakfast, lunch, dinner, or late-night snack, you'll find a variety of menu items and homemade desserts. American Diner serves breakfast all day, and dinner entrees include dinner rolls and butter, soup and salad bar, and a choice of potato or vegetable. A full senior citizen menu that includes a free dessert, and military veterans receive a 10% discount. Open daily from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and serving the community for generations since 1994. It was 43-40 early on in overtime. A loose ball on the floor. Maddox Gerber picked it up. He dumped it off inside to Luke Levan to give the big man 2 more of his points, and that's our American Diner play of the game.
Yeah, Maddox Gerber didn't have a great offensive night, but he came through in overtime with that assist and also 4 for 4 from the line and a basket in overtime. I think the difference of the game was Wilson's defense late. They stopped Governor Mifflin from getting a shot off in the last 5 seconds or so. whatever, or 10 seconds of regulation using fouls, and then Carell Akings with the steal at the end of regulation. And then in overtime, the same thing. They held Governor Mifflin to just 5 points, just one basket in the overtime. I think that was the difference of the game. And Luke Levan. Luke Levan was really special tonight, and he has played very well in the last couple of weeks.
And so the Mustangs fall to the Bulldogs in overtime, 55-43. Wilson goes to 19-5 on the season. Governor Mifflin still very much alive in the season. They'll head into the District 3 playoffs and take on Warwick on Tuesday night. They are now 16-8. That's going to do it for Game 2. The Wilson Bulldogs win it by a score of 55-43 in overtime. Jeff Nolan and Jake Starr with a call of Reading High and Wyomissing in Game 3 girls basketball coming your way next on our semifinal quadruple header here at WEEU in Reading.
You've been listening to High School Basketball on 830 WEEU, the voice of Berks and beyond. High School Basketball on WEEU is brought to you by
Adelphia Seafood, American Diner, Bachman's Roofing, Solar, and Remodeling, Chick-fil-A, Cross Keys Insurance, Diefenbach Snacks, Elite Fuel Service, Houndstown Reading, Judd Firestone Plumbing, Kuhn Funeral Home, Overhead Door Company, Redner's Warehouse Markets, Remax Real Estate Agent Phil Macaronis, Lincoln Plumbing and Heating, Pizza Como, Reading